snake man here again. This time I have a red-bellied black snake, extremely old. These guys, it's a girl, it's a big one, over 5 foot, and she's done a poo. Now you can see the poo there. See, poo, 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 snake. Now, for what it's worth, you should clean the poo before you feed them, but just to keep the video running and so you get an idea as to what they're like. Come here, snake. Eat, 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 eat. I'm wasting my time talking a bit like a politician. I don't listen. Here we go. Can you see the head? Yes. Lovely snake. They poke their tongue out to smell the air, in case you don't know that. Come here. Itty, itty, itty. God, don't you hate them? Black snakes. They always eat. What she do? Probably eat in a cage now. They just eat anything. Look, watch. Good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's got it. Look at that. There. Now, while she's doing that, I will clean the poo. Problem is, I've run out of hairs. So what I'm going to have to do is stop the camera and clean it up. Now, cleanliness is godliness with snakes. The best way to keep a snake is one snake per cage. You see, what happens is when you have a snake on their own in a cage, they can't bash up other snakes and give each other diseases and all the rest of it. Water bowl, look at that. It's like a dog bowl. Can't be spilt very easily. And basically the only thing that goes wrong with that, get a bit of slime on the inside when the water's sat there for about 6 months without being changed. This is red-bellied black snakes are beautiful snakes. They actually don't come from a dry environment like this. They usually live in humid environments. Even if they're in hot, dry places, they live down holes that are humid. Anyway, so they do often have shedding trouble in this situation. We're wise to it, we deal with it. We actually prefer to have the dry cage, so bacteriologically and biologically there is less germs, diseases and pathogens floating around most of the time, as opposed to a hot, humid environment in a closed space where if a snake does a poo, it'll stay wet for days. In this case, that will dry and become like charcoal or paper very, very quickly. So what happens is we prefer to keep them in the drier sort of caging and be mindful of the shedding problem. This individual here is well over 10 years, been surgically devenomised for pretty much all that period. We've raised it from baby, it's now very old. She has bred, and the father was also a devenomised snake. The advantage of being devenomised, of course, is we don't have to use sticks and tongs to handle the snakes. You can see by the immaculate scale condition, it's never been attacked with sticks by us at any stage. And as with most of our snakes here at Snake Busters, the only likely cause of death is old age. We can't escape that. Red-bellied black snakes are magnificent looking snakes. They look beautiful, they look brilliant. If they were in fact non-venomous, they would probably be one of the more popular snakes on the planet. They're a good size, 5 foot long. They have bomb-proof digestive tracts. You can feed them anything, they very rarely spew up. This snake did actually spew a lot when it was younger, but it hasn't now for many, many years. But this is a weak-stomached snake, because I don't think I've ever had any other black snake spew ever. Anyway, they are extremely bomb-proof. They eat anything. You feed them chicken necks, lumps of smoked salmon, you name it. We do prefer the real food, the whole food. It is the best. But if we run out of food, we're in trouble for a little bit. We can, in fact, use other food. And as you can see, they eat fairly fast. She's got a smallish head, but she'll get this guy down no trouble at all. It is what they call a wiener rat. That is a rat the size of a large mouse. Eating time here, you can see it's about 3 minutes and 40 seconds so far since the video started. And she seems to have breached the head, so she'll probably move a bit faster now. My guess is within another minute or 2 minutes it'll be disappearing right down the throat, not to be seen. Black snakes are called red-bellied black snakes for obvious reason. Their belly is red. Not all the time. There are some with black bellies, some with blue bellies, some with yellow bellies, and we're not talking about other species here, we're talking about this single species. This one here is a Sydney animal, or that's where its origins are from. Western suburbs, pretty much stock standard for the species. They're the only live bearers in this particular group of snakes. And there are in fact 3 subspecies, one from the Adelaide area, and the most distinctive subspecies of all is the North Queensland animal, which is considerably lighter around the face and also has distinctive colour on the belly. Instead of being the reddish tinge, it's got this whitish, pinkish sort of colour, but it's a very distinctive sort of colour. There has been DNA done on them, and I think it showed up, to my recollection, about a 2% separation from the type form. So subspecies, yes. full species, no. Anyway, no doubt they will be revisited for a more thorough study. The information I have was never published, so of course I can't verify the data. Anyway, it's very good, this new molecular technology, because, oh sorry Snake, we didn't really want to leave you there, we want you in the video. So I'll just lift the Poudon lid out of the cage, look at that, and I can even just swap it for a clean one and let the video roll on. But as you can see, the water bowl is immaculately clean because they just can't knock it over. And of course you'll poo all over Arnold Schwarzenegger one day, and that's the way it is. You can be top trip one day and a snake will poo on you the next. As you can see, she woofs it down. Very pleasant snakes. They only ever bite when there's food around. The rest of the time you can't get them to open their mouths, and I mean it. I mean, I can pick them up, smash their heads on my face, and they just don't open their mouth. Black snakes generally only bite people when there's food around, or if you inflict extreme pain. The other time I have been bitten by them, when I actually had to clean out the rear end of a snake that had a sore rear end from too much sex. Obviously that was in spring. These guys only seem to mate in spring. The rest of the year they're pretty docile and don't engage in extracurricular activities in the form of sex. Black snakes are absolutely magnificent. They come from Australia, of course, east coast, nearby areas. So basically draw a line from about Cairns, give or take a bit, don't know how far north the furthest point is, but we'll say Cairns for round figures, and draw a line south from about there, right the way into Victoria and across into South Australia. They're not found in the coldest parts of Victoria, the most furthest south I should say as well, and they're of course not from Tasmania, and that's basically where they are commonly misidentified, as in copperheads are confused with these because they're often the same colour, black on top with a reddish belly, and they're found in the same areas. And because they're found in the same areas, or general regions, it might be a better way to put it, lay people confuse the two, and of course it's re-reported as such. Black snakes stow away in cars and trucks, and they also commonly turn up when they're not meant to be, not just in Southeast Australia but elsewhere. Now as you can see, this snake, it's taken 7 minutes to get that down. She's taken a while, but she certainly had no trouble. They do move, and of course she's looking for a bit more food now, as they do. Look at that. Now as you can see, I can pick her up, and she's not really rushing to bite or kill, and she's pretty casual. Look at the colour of her belly. She's coming up to shed. She looks horrible. That's how you can tell she is in fact an old snake. Nothing particularly rough about her, but she has aged quite considerably. Go onto our website, snakebusters.com.au. You can see pictures of that animal younger, taken from about 10 years back. I look younger as well, and she looks really magnificent. You'd have trouble thinking it was the same snake, but like us all, we all get old. That's all for now from the Snake Man.